Today, I did Shaun T's Insanity Max 30 cardio workout. Is it cardio? Absolutely. I got about 56, 57 minutes of cardio credit in a 30-minute workout. The other day, I did my HupSix workout and I got 61, 62 minutes of cardio credit, which is crazy. I mean, you look at the two workouts, it's dramatic. I mean, you would not think like, how is HupSix getting that? Isn't this what a cardio workout should look like? All these crazy planks and burpees and crazy calisthenic moves?
Just stay as focused and as complete as you possibly can.
Well, it brings up a question. Do you need to do all this to get your heart rate in the right zones? Oh, it's insanity! And get a good cardio workout? No, you don't. You have a strength day, right? Well, that's when you're building strength and lifting weights and do all that kind of stuff. Cardio is about getting your heart rate into the right zones. Now, it brings me to the point with this is that it's called Max Insanity 30. Max to me, I thought max heart rate, all right? My max heart rate used to be 159. Now it's 169 because I've been doing HupSix. It's actually making my heart stronger, which is incredible, and which is the point of cardio. I only got to 156 on this. The HupSix workout I did, I got to 176. I actually did max out my heart rate without doing all this crazy calisthenics stuff. Now, when you watch this video, you're gonna see something. They're gonna stop and he's gonna go, oh, you're maxing out. And you run over to a chalkboard and you go, well, at 10 minutes I maxed out, or 5 minutes I maxed out. Now, I don't know what maxed out means for this because no one's wearing a heart rate monitor. It seemed to me they were maxing out on the physical stress on their body, not necessarily their heart rate, okay? Just like the load that was put on them.
A whole new world. You will push your love, you will push your body.
And that's a really interesting point too, is that sometimes all these crazy moves could actually interfere with getting a good cardio workout. With HupSix, you don't have to have this type of physicality, okay? You can just do HupSix and there's no like heavy duty, like you have to be in amazing shape to get it done.
2 seconds. Get nice and low.
That's the great thing about it. And next thing you know, you're getting better cardio credit than this.
Already in the warm-up, you're breathing.
Before you do this workout, because it is online and it is free on YouTube, really it should have a disclaimer, okay? Because these moves, he shows you these moves so fast and so quick that I actually think it's kind of easy to get hurt. So I didn't follow him exactly. I followed the girl who was modifying the moves. I'm following the girl in the blue shorts. And the reason I did that was because I never knew what was coming at me. And a lot of these moves, like you're up, you're down, you're doing planks and you're punching in the air. And honestly, if I do one more workout where I'm punching the air and doing like faux burpees or planks, I mean, I'm gonna start screaming. Oh, it's insanity! I mean, these are moves I've seen forever. And that's the difference with HupSix. The HupSix moves are so much more interesting and so much more fun to do. I mean, you do some squats to warm up.
One squat. So, elbows, hands, back, step.
And, oh, that's another thing. There's no real warm up with this. Even the warm up is crazy. First thing I noticed is there's no warm up, okay? Here's the thing. We got better numbers and you get to rest with HupSix. Not like every 10 minutes like this workout, but you get to rest between each round. Okay, so it's much more like interval training. This is much more like steady state. The thing is with HupSix, you learn the move, you practice the move, and then you go full out, okay, to a song. That level of learning in between and getting prepared to do the moves allows you to kind of push them even harder, okay? And we use clicks over the practice and over the songs.
Back step. Back step.
So everybody is moving the same. Everybody's doing the same exact reps. And that's a really cool thing for a cardio workout, especially in a group. And that's why we call it HupSix, right? Hup, 2, 3, 4. You know, for us, it's a 6 count, but it's basically the idea of staying in unison like a group, like a unit. Not with this.
I need you up, cross those feet, straight leg, move through, come on.
One person could be doing like 10 burpees, another person could be doing 5 in the same layout. Even those guys aren't matching. So there's really no consistency as far as who's getting what. And you really can dog it. Leave Hector alone, man. Okay, what I did was I followed the woman who modified the moves, okay? And I tried my best to follow her the whole time. But unfortunately, the camera is moving all over the place. It goes off of her, and I had to guess.
Push through. 10 seconds, guys. Come on. And
That's the other thing about the filming of this. Everybody films their workouts from the front where you're mirroring it. This thing again.
get the knee up, push.
HupSix, we film it from behind. And that allows you to see the instructor easier and makes it easier to follow.
Turn around. Left, right, left, back.
The next thing with this stuff is the music. It never changes. It's like one long song for 30 minutes.
Jump in 3, 2, 1, go.
And that's like mentally and physically draining. I mean, it just doesn't, there's no connection to the music. And with HupSix, there is. Being connected to the music and moving in time with the music actually lowers the perceived effort of the workout by like 15%. That's why most people get done with HupSix. They're like, hey, that was really cool. That wasn't that hard, and I feel really great and stuff. And then you start looking at their heart rates and the time spent in different vigorous zones, and it's like incredible. I mean, people are smiling in zone 5 doing HupSix.
You were smiling and you were in zone 5. Like, do you know how hard that is? Like,
No one was really smiling doing this. If you read the comments for Max 30, most people say, I did it for 4 or 5 weeks, it was great. And then you go, well, what happened after 4 or 5 weeks? Right? This seems like fast fitness to me. Like, you're basically gonna do this for a little bit, lose a little weight, and then just move on. And I think the point of cardio is to find something that you really love to do and do it every other day or for the rest of your life. I mean, I like changing stuff up too. I do HupSix, I like playing tennis, I like riding a bike. There's a difference between cardio activities and cardio training. If you're gonna do some cardio training, make it something that you really, really enjoy to do that doesn't tax you out physically, but gets you in the proper heart rate zones, which is anywhere moderate to zone 3, which is vigorous, zone 4, which is vigorous, zone 5. The vigorous heart rate zones are so important. There's not just 2 times the benefit for like the cardio credit, which is how this all works, right? So if you have a 30-minute workout and you get 57, 56, or like with HupSix, 61 or 62, okay, like I did, we're talking about spending much more time in the vigorous zones. And vigorous zones are so much more beneficial. They're more than just 2 times, even though they only count 2 times. In the long run, beneficial-wise, they're like 4 to 8 times better. You have this setup here where I'm gonna go for a walk, okay? You're lucky if you get into moderate, okay? And maybe zone 3, maybe depending on how you do it. And then you think, well, I'm not gonna do this because this is crazy. This is insanity. This is too much. Well, you know, you'd be right for a cardio training system. You don't need to do this, but you also don't need to fall back on like, you know, a light walk. So that's where HupSix comes in. It's doable. You can do it. And it's challenging enough to keep you interested so you keep wanting to do it. So I'm asking you, please go check out HupSix. It's really a great cardio training workout. You're gonna love it, okay? Thanks a lot for listening to me. I really appreciate Sean putting this on the line so I could try it and test it out. I think he seems like a pretty good guy. I think he's really trying his best to get you some cardio credit. I just feel it's kind of unsafe not having a better warm-up and not showing how to do the moves before you actually do them. So if you are gonna do this, review Sean's tape and, you know, review the moves before you actually run in to do this, okay? That's my best advice as far as his workout's concerned. But check out HupSix, okay? Good talking to you guys. I'll see you later.